everyone. Welcome to another Extra Points. He's Travis. I'm Dan. We're going to pick out some area athletes of the week a bit later, but first, it was a disappointing loss for the Packers in the NFC playoffs on Sunday. They fell 37-20 to the New York Giants. They have a laundry list of things they can blame for the loss. Travis, what more than anything do you think was the reason?
Yeah, like you said, there's plenty of things you could pin it on. But if there's one that I had to pick, it's probably the turnovers. This is a team that's been really good at protecting the ball all year. One stat is on offense, they've had 3 lost fumbles all season, and they lost 3 fumbles alone in the playoff game, and it really should have been 4. The Jennings fumble that somehow got overturned, or the review said it wasn't a fumble. That's kind of a mystery to everyone that watched that game. But so, anyways, all those fumbles and turnovers, it just seemed like whenever they would get some momentum and maybe were driving to get a score, a big score, maybe tie the game or get within a score, they just turn the ball over and kill all momentum. And really, the defense, which everyone knew struggles, didn't play that bad. They got some big stops and got the ball back to the offense, but the offense just couldn't do anything with it, and they would just turn it over, and I just thought that killed them.
Certainly, the turnovers, didn't help the cause. I'm pinning the loss on, mostly anyway, on Aaron Rodgers. He was victimized by drops, so that certainly didn't help, but he set the bar so high throughout the regular season and really didn't play to that level on Sunday. He missed Jennings on what should have been a touchdown early on, and missed a couple other big passes. He scrambled well. He kept drives alive with his legs, but as a passer and when the opportunities were there for big plays to kind of create some momentum that way, he didn't make them. He was just a little bit off. Didn't have a terrible day, but certainly nowhere near excellent, the standard of excellence that he set throughout the regular season. And for a team with flaws on defense, an inconsistent running game, and some other minor issues, they just couldn't afford him to have an average day like he had. And so, unfortunately for Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of the victim of his own success, I guess, in this regard, but he didn't play up to the level of excellence that he set throughout the regular season, and I thought that was, more than anything, the reason the Packers lost. So, with the loss, that means, or the loss for the Packers anyway, that means the Giants move on to the NFC Championship game for the first time since they beat the Packers in that one in 2008, the 2007 season. Giants will play the 49ers at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The Niners, the number 2 seed. Giants, of course, the 5 seed. Make your pick, Travis.
I feel pretty solid on this one. I think the Giants are rolling. They're going to go into San Francisco, and they're going to win, and they're going to win fairly easily. I mean, this defense is just playing lights out. In the first playoff game against Atlanta, Atlanta scored 2 points, and that was a safety, so they pitched a shutout there, and then they go into Green Bay against the high-flying Packers, and for all purposes, shut them down. So, I mean, this team is rolling right now. Eli Manning's playing his best. He's been there before. He's won a Super Bowl. San Francisco's got Alex Smith, who's really a playoff newbie. And they're just rolling, and I don't see any way that the Niners can beat them. I think that's Giants all the way.
Maybe I missed something, but I just really didn't think that the Giants played as well as they're getting a lot of credit for against the Packers. I thought that loss was more a matter of the Packers' mistakes and the Giants just keeping their composure, playing well enough to take advantage of those mistakes. Certainly wouldn't be surprised if the Giants, used that same formula and took advantage of some mistakes by the 49ers, but the 49ers defense is as good as any in the NFL. Definitely, I think, the best in the NFC. And playing at home, I think they'll find a way to create a couple turnovers, get Eli Manning, to the ground, pressure Manning, and use that running game and that offense that suddenly showed up last week against the Saints. I think the Niners move on to the Super Bowl in not convincing fashion, but I think they're going to look pretty good doing so, especially playing at home. They certainly got a break. I think if they had to come to Green Bay, even with the Packers maybe not clicking, I think the Niners would have struggled a little bit, but getting to stay at home, I think they'll be okay. So that's the NFC side. In the AFC, championship game. It is the two top seeds. Top seeded New England hosts number 2 Baltimore in what figures to be a pretty entertaining game. Defensive-minded Ravens, offensive-minded Patriots. What do you like in that one?
This one I'm having a tough time with. I've gone back and forth. I started out like, yep, the Ravens are going to do it, but I think if I have to make a pick right now, it's going to be the Patriots. And the deciding factor for me is just the quarterback play. When in doubt, look at the quarterbacks. Tom Brady over Joe Flacco. Obviously, Brady is the more experienced and has more playoff success than Flacco. Although Flacco's got a pretty good postseason record, he's just never been to the Super Bowl. I could see this game going either way, but I just think that the quarterback play is going to decide in the end.
I've been picking the Patriots to get to the Super Bowl all along, and I'm not going to waver now. Tom Brady, I think, has just something about this year and the Super Bowl. Tom Brady's going to get him there. And I think maybe part of that is he sees the window closing a little bit, and he sees that 4th Super Bowl ring matching Terry Bradshaw and Joe Montana as a possibility. And I don't think even a vaunted Ravens defense is going to keep him from getting the Patriots to Indianapolis. Maybe I'd feel a little bit different if this was going to be in Baltimore, but the Patriots, I think, even with a vulnerable defense, are going to find a way to score enough. Certainly didn't have trouble scoring against a very good Denver defense last week. So I'm going with the Patriots to get to the Super Bowl. That means I like the Patriots versus the 49ers. You're going Giants, Patriots,
yeah.
Which would be a rematch of one of perhaps the best Super Bowls of all time. The year the Giants had the catch, Tyree had the catch against the helmet, and they upset the previously unbeaten Patriots. So certainly some intriguing matchups remaining among the 4 teams left. Of course, if Baltimore and San Francisco make it, that's John Harbaugh against his brother Jim Harbaugh. So a lot of options out there. Meanwhile, closer to home here, Travis, as I mentioned, some area athletes of the week. For me, and there definitely was a lot to choose from. I had a hard time narrowing it down. Boy, say that 3 times fast. But I'm going with Kiker Conley, Portage's 145-pounder, Portage wrestling team's 145-pounder. He had a 7-2 loss against a kid from Madison La Follette, but that was in the final match of a meet last Friday, and Portage was clinging to a 4-point lead. So basically, if he wasn't going to win that match, he needed to avoid allowing any bonus points at all. Otherwise, it would have been a tie or even a loss if he lost by technical foul or pin. So he did his job, even though he lost. He kept Portage in front, and they were able to win 36-35 for only their 2nd win of the season. And I guess in fairness, Alex Jerome, one match before Kiker Conley, won by pin. So he scored enough bonus points in that win to give Portage that 4-point lead that Conley was able to take advantage of by not allowing the bonus points. 2 kids there at the end of the meet for Portage that did an excellent job doing what they needed to do, and Portage got their 2nd win of the season. So nice job, Kiker and Alex. Travis, your athletes of the week?
Yeah, like you said, it's more an athletes. It's the Portage girls curling team, which consists of Katie Duberstein, Lonnie Duberstein, Leah Harvey, and Keegan Garrigan. That foursome teamed up to win the prestigious Tiki Bonspiel up at the Wausau Curling Club over the weekend. It's one of the bigger high school, actually it might be the biggest high school curling event in the country, and it's right up there with winning the state title. And this is the 3rd straight year a Portage girls team won it, and they really won it in impressive fashion. In the semifinals, they beat Wausau West 10-2. And in the finals, when you're expecting maybe a close match, they rolled Wapaka 11-1. So, I mean, they really were on top of their game this weekend, and congratulations to them for bringing that 1st place trophy home.
Curling's certainly not at the same level of popularity as many of the other winter sports in terms of statewide popularity, but I think Portage's girls team especially over the last few years has kind of made their mark as one of the elites in the state. So that's certainly nice for them, for Portage to have that kind of success on their girls curling team that they can be proud of. So in the meantime, while Portage's girls curling team tries to maintain their level of excellence that they set. We'll be back a week from now to try and do the same. So until then, everybody, take care.